Hello, everyone, and welcome back. As always, I'm your girl, Candy Washington. And before we dive into today's Kiki, which is a discussion on what could actually be the real reason why Lizzy from the Real Housewives of New York reboot was receiving anti Semitic threats, the real reason why she quit or got fired, and the problematic statements and maybe also the hypocrisy of it all that she made against Gigi Hadid, Bella Hadid, and some other celebrities who are Muslim or Palestinian, and what that could mean and the controversy around that, and really doing a deeper dive into understanding what's really going on with Lizzy and the Real Housewives of New York. But before we dive in, you know what to do. Go ahead and like this video, subscribe to my channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss it when we go live. And be sure to check out our description box down below and shop our love collection. And don't forget to share this with a friend because a kiki is always better with community. So with that, you guys, let's dive right on in. So this is going to be a conversation about some sensitive topics, around religion and identity. So just wanted to throw that out there. Now, as we all know, Lizzy was, prior to being, looked at and cast for the Real Housewives of New York reboot, she was actually being looked at for the Real Housewives of Dallas. But she ended up not being a fit, and they ended up not moving forward with her. And we also know that the Real Housewives of Dallas is currently on pause anyway. There's been rumblings that they're going to bring it back, but that is yet to be confirmed or to be seen. And allegedly, there had been problems with Lizzy during that casting process. So I'm confused as to why Bravo would then think it was a good idea to then bring her to the New York cast. Obviously, it wasn't a good idea. She's already quit. She's already gone. Whether she quit, whether she was fired, whether it was a mutual decision, who knows? At the end of the day, she's no longer on the show. So again, it goes to Bravo's producers and executives making questionable casting decisions. If you know someone is problematic or you know someone has conflict, why would you bring them to another show? The same way, like the same discussions we have about Dirty Diana Jenkins in Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. If you know that there are these decade-long allegations, regarding being a high-class madame or sex trafficking, all of the rumors and allegations that have been out there for decades, why would you cast her on the show? Whether or not she's ever been tried in a court of law, to me, doesn't really matter if those allegations are so deep and so long and so sustained. Why would you cast her on the show? It goes into the bigger problem that Bravo has when it comes to finding and casting their housewives. But let's dive into this a little bit more, because what Lizzy had said, and if you can't read the screen, don't worry, you guys. I'm going to read it for you, so I got your back. So don't worry if you can't read what the screen says, okay? Now, this was the statement that Lizzy originally put out about why she was not returning to the Housewives, okay? She says, "I will not be continuing on the Real Housewives of NYC. As a proud Orthodox Jewish woman, I thought participating in this series would be a great chance to represent people like me and share my experience. Unfortunately, from the time of my announcement in the cast, I was on the receiving end of a torrent of anti-Semitic attacks. As this continued, I realized that this path was no longer right for me and my family. I'm looking forward to my next chapter. Stay tuned, and thank you for all of your support. All my love." Okay. Now, if I read that, I think, oh, she was she was cast for the Real Housewives of NYC. People put out the casting, and then all of a sudden she got this horrible threats against her and her family because they're Jewish and they're proud to be Jewish and they're Orthodox and they're proud of that. And it's really hateful people out there who are anti-Semitic and going against her because she's on the show, right? That's what I get from that statement. Let me know what you guys think. Put it down below, right? She also had said something about how it came out that she is also a matchmaker and she only wanted to set up people of the same Jewish faith. I don't personally see a problem with that. I think it depends on how she delivers the message to people who are not Jewish. But I personally think that that's fine. You know, if that's your faith, if that is your calling, if that is your purpose, if it's your business, you have every right to, you know, run your business as you see fit according to your faith. I think that's 100% fine. I think where it may get messy or unclear is the way in which you deliver, you know, I'm only going to set up Jewish people. I think it's probably in the delivery of it, if that makes sense. You know, there's tons of, you know, all whatever places, you know, there's Christian mingles, you know, there's black people meet, there's J-Date, you know, there's all that stuff. There's certain dating apps only for, you know, certain influencers and celebrities, and it's very, very private. Or certain, you know, schools, if you went to a certain Ivy League school or a certain type of school, then you can only be on the app for that if you make a certain amount of money. So it may not be necessarily right, but I don't think it's that bad in that sense. So the way she has been forming it, you know, putting it out there is that she's been receiving anti-Semitic threats, A, because she's a proud Orthodox Jewish woman on the show, and B, because she's a matchmaker who only matches people who are of the Jewish faith. However, and I'm going to get to the other side, what has come out is that the real reason why she was getting all of the anti-Semitic threats and backlash is because she engaged in the whole Kanye West anti-Semitic rant that he did. And as we all know, it's been quoted, he lost $1.2 billion in a day because he lost a lot of his endorsement deals. He lost a lot of projects, and he lost a lot of, you know, business when he went on, you know, what's being called, you know, an anti-Semitic rant about, you know, Jewish people owning the media, Jewish people running Hollywood, all of this stuff. And all of those stereotypes can be dangerous, and they can, you know, lead to anti-Semitic, you know, thoughts or behavior. So that's a whole situation with Kanye West. If you guys want to know more about it, just Google it. I'm not going to do a deep dive in it right now. It's just too deep, too much. So that, but she inserted herself into that conversation. I'm not saying she doesn't have the right to comment on it. She does. I'm not saying that it's wrong to comment on it. It's not. You know, if a celebrity or just a person is posting something that you feel is against, you know, you, or, you know, or if you're an ally, you know, whether it's black or white or Mexican or, you know, Christian, Jewish, Muslim, whatever it is, you know, it's fine to have, you know, your comment and do that. But this seems to be the reason why she was getting the anti-Semitic threats. You know, this is from her Instagram account, you know, when she does a whole thing on Instagram. I'm not going to play what she said just because, again, it's very sensitive stuff when it comes to, like, you know, Muslims and Palestinians and Jewish people and anti-Semitism. So you can go to her profile and watch it yourself. I just don't want to play it on my channel because it's very, very sensitive stuff going on right now. But I'll read to you what she said in her caption. She goes, "Yesterday I received yet another frightening barrage of anti-Semitic hate and threats when I spoke up on at Kanye West's since deleted post that perpetuates the dangerous myth that Jews control the media. The amount of hate that exists towards us is rapidly growing thanks to irresponsible influence of huge voices like Kanye's. Thankfully, Instagram has restricted Kanye's account. That doesn't change the fact that I continue to receive shockingly hateful, even threatening comments in support of his anti-Semitic message. My children's great-grandmother didn't survive Auschwitz, so we could sit idly by as people threaten our existence as people. We have to we have to speak up. I take these threats very seriously, as you should too." So to me, this seems more of the reason why she got lumped into the anti-Semitic hate and campaign. I'm not condoning it. I think it's disgusting. I think that, you know, obviously, I think all religions, all races, all creeds, all people should be respected, all identities, all sexualities, all of that. You know, I'm 100% just love and acceptance, okay? Like, I don't condone any of this stuff on either side, you know? I think it's all disgusting and needs to stop. But the reason why I wanted to talk about this is because it seems like she's conflating things. Like, she's saying, "Oh, I left the show because I was on the show, and because I was on the show, I got all of this Jewish hate, and because I'm a matchmaker only putting together people of the Jewish faith, I got all this Jewish hate." When it seems like you started getting the Jewish hate and the threats was when you inserted yourself, and by inserted yourself, again, I'm not saying that she can't do it, but she chose to join that conversation, and she chose to say something in that conversation, which she has every right to do. I'm not saying she's wrong to do that by any means at all. And even if you do have an opinion on a conversation that's difficult, nobody deserves to have threats against them. Nobody deserves to have any type of hate thrown against them. So I'm not saying she didn't have the right to speak up. Of course she did. But it seems like that's the real reason why she was getting all of the backlash, was because she got involved in the whole Kanye West anti-Semitic rant conversation that was going on, not because she was Jewish on The Real Housewives, not because she was a matchmaker who only matched people who were of the Jewish faith. So I think it's kind of telling that, in her statement, she doesn't mention anything about Kanye. She doesn't mention anything about her views on that. She's really kind of blaming it on the show, and she's really blaming it on, the hateful viewers. And I don't think that's true. I think the real reason why she was getting the backlash was because she inserted herself in the whole Kanye West debacle and mess. All right, now let's get to the hypocrisy, right? This is the hypocritical part, because I think that all religion, all races, all creeds should be protected, not just one over the other. Now, this is where her whole situation with Gigi Hadid and Bella Hadid comes in. Now, we all know Gigi and Bella are Yolanda Hadid's daughters. They are now amazing, really high profile, highest paid models out there doing the thing. They are also Muslim. Their father, Mohammed Hadid, is Muslim, okay? Now, on this side of the situation, on the screen, it's saying that this is, and I didn't see it on Lizzy's, but this is what they're saying Lizzy posted, okay? She mocked up a magazine cover with Gigi Hadid that was on it from Vogue, and said very disparaging things. And don't worry if you can't read it. I'm going to read it for you guys, okay? So let me pull it up so I can read it for you guys. Dun, 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 dun. All right, so it says, and this is according to Reality Blurb, okay? Lizzy marked up the fake cover. This is a fake Vogue cover with headlines including, quote, Gigi Hadid exploits Ukrainians in crisis to promote anti-Israel agenda, which Vogue then echoes. And, quote, Bella Hadid graces this month's Vogue cover wearing design by John, I love Hitler. I'm not going to say that name on my channel. Galliano. One critic posted the cover on Twitter, and then also wrote that Lizzy's extreme Zionist rhetoric was disgusting and dangerous, as well as exploitative. Rumors of Lizzy's departures had already begun swirling this week after a post on Instagram account at Bravo by Gays posted that Lizzy was, quote, out. Yeah, and then it continues to say, wellness guru and influencer Emily Jealous Land also posted a video seeming to confirm the rumors. This person has, I feel like, been down this road before. I don't know why they're like waiting to say it or not say it, Emily said. I've heard they're going to be in the beginning, and then they're going to be in the beginning and then phased out. I heard what happens. I'm 0% surprised. Lines up 100% with this persona. That kind of goes back to what I was saying before. Allegedly Lizzy had been problematic, had issues when they were trying to cast her for the Real Housewives of Dallas, but instead of finding somebody different, they put her on the Real Housewives of New York City, and it seems that the problems just continued, on the Real Housewives of New York, and therefore either, Bravo saying it was a mutual decision. Auntie Cohen came out and said, as a Jewish American, it's unfortunate that, we can't have more Jewish representation on the show because obviously Lizzy is leaving. All very, very, PR friendly diplomatic statements. But it seems to me that maybe and Lizzy was fired. I don't know if she chose to leave. I don't know what the situation is, but who knows, who knows, who knows. So yeah, but I want to know what you guys think. Do you think that, again, let's go back to, is the real reason why Lizzy was receiving all of the anti-Semitic, threats, which are not okay? I don't condone that. I think it's wrong. No one deserves to be threatened for any reason. No one deserves hate for any reason. I'm not condoning that. But do you think that Lizzy received the, anti-Semitic threats and backlash because she inserted herself in the Kanye West drama and that got so heated, not so much because she was a proud Jewish woman on The Real Housewives of New York City and because she was a matchmaker that only put together, people of the same faith? I think, and this is my opinion, I think it's because of the Kanye West drama. That's the real reason why I think she got all the anti-Semitic hate. I'm not saying it's right. I don't think it's right. It's disgusting, and there's no place for that. But I think that's why she received it. And I don't think it really had anything to do with her being on Bravo or her being a matchmaker. Also, what do you think about the hypocrisy? She's saying how she's receiving anti-Semitic hate and threat, but yet she's mocking up, magazine covers and saying that Gigi Hadid is exploiting Ukrainians and that she has an anti-Israel agenda, saying bad things about Bella Hadid. As we all know, they are both two Muslim women. I'm not sure if they're Palestinian. I'm not sure their exact lineage. I don't want to misspeak on it, but I know that they're Muslim women. I know that their father, Mohammed Hadid, is also Muslim. So if she doesn't want to have hate against her for being, pro-Israel, why is she going against them for being pro-Muslim? For taking pride in their heritage. If she wants the freedom to take pride in her heritage, as we all should have, we all should feel safe in being proud in who we are, then why turn around and do the same exact thing against Gigi and Bella and other people? So, and then she even says Teen Vogue gives Sally Rooney platform to promote anti-Semitic BDS movement. And she says some other stuff. So, if she's saying, Kanye West is dangerous for his views on, Jewish people in the media and Hollywood and, saying, propagating, different stereotypes, then is she not doing the same exact thing against Bella and Gigi and this woman, Sally Rooney, and other people of, Muslim faith who are in the limelight? So to me, it's extremely hypocritical. I think it's dangerous on both sides, but I want to know what you guys think. Put it down below. And I'm also kind of, I don't know. I'll save that thought for later, but put it down below, you guys. Tell me what you think about everything that is going on. And also, do you think that Bravo will address it on the show, or are they just going to quietly phase her out? All right, you guys, but before you leave your comments down below, you know what to do. Go ahead and like this video, subscribe to my channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss it when we go live. Also, be sure to share this with a friend because a kiki is always better with community. Check out our description box down below and shop our love collection. With that, you guys, I will talk to you next time. Bye.
Welcome to Sugar Pills, a practical guide to self-care, where your host, writer, actor, and producer Candy Washington helps you live a more joyful life with a cheeky dash of pop culture news. Be sure to subscribe, leave a 5-star review, and join the conversation on Instagram @Candy Washington. Let's go!